ahead and wait to see if anyone pops in on their own here. Hey, there's Wrestler. What is up? Oh my god, was that a brutal close to the day. I just shot it out on Twitter. I was looking for your name right as all the rest of them popped, or as I was getting everyone else's name up. Yeah, this day was just a whole lot of red in the market. Granted, the S&P 500 did end up closing up on the day. Looked like I had a little bit of a gap up from yesterday. So yeah, the option chain, or options in general today, with how much red we saw in the market, you know, if you were set to have your positions open on the low end, there definitely were a lot of places where you could jump in. So aftermarket looks like we are seeing wait, we're on the spy here. We're on AMC. Yeah, so looking like when that low channel hit, because you know I like the bull put spread. That's the one I'm always talking about that. I think today, let's back it up. Yeah, we tagged just under 36. And that would have been like a really good entry point. Looking at those solid dollar levels for resistance, or for support underneath, that dropped down to 36. Looking for a day trade, that certainly was it. When moon. Okay, so Elon Musk has these rockets, and if he gets those rockets up and running, and we decide that we're going to Mars, and we want to build a base on the moon, I think that's when we definitely see when moon is when we're using it as a jump off point to go to Mars. But I don't know how much you caught of the midday stream, but looking at when Prague had those short positions covered, the 33 to 35% of the short positions, when they covered those out, it really did look like that could have been a good chance for the shorters to grab some data. So I'm kind of hoping that this might lead towards a little bit of end game planning on their part, because we know they have to cover the position. So I just wonder if they're using all these big price movements and going to use the covering of the short position on Prague, if they might be looking to use that as kind of a way to test the water and see what the market reaction might be. But looking at Prague, since they had, let's go on the 30-minute. So yeah, after that really good run up, and then the crash back down, which was looks to be when those positions were covering. If we go in, pretty steady decline. It might have been some new shorts entering, until we get proper Ortex numbers showing. So they forced it down a bit. Then again, that could have been, a whole lot of selling pressure coming off of that great run. Channel bound for just a little bit, traded sideways. That entire day looked pretty much just sideways trading, a little bit downward dip. Buying pressure stepped in with a small run up, but ever since that second small run up, it's been almost downward pressure the whole way. Yeah, but Prague is wild, and that's why in the midday stream, I was talking to people that, for the next few weeks, that if you're looking to get in on Prague, it would be better to buy shares. Just in my opinion, shares look to be a lot better, and I would be avoiding, maybe till the new year, I'd be avoiding options on them. It just, I see more and more downward pressure. We're waiting on announcements, as far as mergers going on. They have their patents out, but I don't see a lot of excitement going on with Prague, and that's why I'm looking for step out points to get clear of those positions. Granted, my December monthlies, I'll hold those a little bit longer just in case we get a shocker going into the end of the middle of month towards those monthlies. But just all kinds of, hey, AMC Trapper, how's it going? Made 2,600 on Prague. Yeah, anyone who got out that run up, that was just a perfect point, perfect place to get out. And I actually had some profit takers. I was set up and at a certain level that I was looking at, and went away. Hey, Marine Corps Brat, welcome. I was looking at it and going back, I saw the run up and I thought the run up was going to continue. On the way to get your hair done. Hey, that's cool. My hair is fairly easy to do. I just go in and tell them to cut everything underneath, and I would tell them just cut the grays, but then I would be walking around bald. But yeah, it's was just looking at those, and if I could have gotten out, Devil's Advocate, he was looking at the same thing I was when we had that run up, and just if we were able to get out at that point, it would have been good. But my Prague, I'm gonna take a pretty decent hit on those, so I'm already looking for new places to get in on it, to get in and trying to recoup some of those losses. Granted, those were losses that, it wasn't a major position, so, you don't like to lose money, but when you take a smaller position, you kind of give yourself a little bit more room. So looking at AMC, those 34.35s, they're still up from where I bought them, but not dangerously so. It's only $7 per contract. For a little bit safer of a run, those 33.34s, it's only $16 a contract. But, if this price holds going into Wednesday, that might be a good quick turnaround. Wednesday to Friday, you're only fighting the share price for 2 days. And with us holding above 36, I still see my 34.35s as being safe. I don't think we're going to move back below that 36. If we do, it's going to be a lightweight tag, like we ran into earlier today, going in on the 1 minute. Even down here, the second push of the day, they got us down to 36.30, coming off of that 35.92. So the bull puts are still looking to be king right now, because part of now this is my personal preference when I'm looking at entering in, because I play both high and low, and I like to use that $40 as the mid ground. If we're right about 40, I'll play both the high and the low, both the covered calls and the bull put spreads. But really, when you break down outside of, say, the 39, 38 mark, that's where, me personally, I start looking more towards the bull put spread. And if we're hovering right about 40 to 41, that's where I start looking at doing covered calls around the 45, 46 mark. Just because it seems like for a $10 window between 45 to 35, we're pretty range bound, and it's very rare that we actually get to those $5 marks. So going into Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm actually going to be looking at the calls ending next week for December 10th. Those again are weeklies. Now that's all dependent. If we do get a little bit of price action during this week, I might enter in some 2-day runners that I'll let go all the way to expiration. But looking at for next week already, looking at that 45, 46 range, we're looking at $71 a contract and $64 a contract. That's not bad money, but I want to kind of give it a couple more days. Literally a G to become a mod. I think we got a pretty good mod group here. I'm kind of waiting on us to get up to 100 subscribers. So if y'all are looking to make somebody a mod in here, get the word out, try and get more subscribers in here, and we could certainly look towards adding another mod in at a later date. So still looking at these, these are 11 days out. Theta on both them, 0.087, 0.086. Either one of these will be pretty decent. It's just, I would kind of like to see the share price get a little bit closer to 40 in the next day or two, because then we'll see these premiums maybe jump up maybe about 110 and 100 even. So you could really have a potential to make some good to collect some good premiums. But right now, it's to enter into them at this price range. If we were to get a run-up, it would certainly eat into your profits, and any kind of stop loss that you would have would be exercised a lot quicker. And we do know that those runs up to 40 and 41, from where we are right now, we could actually make that in one day. So then again, we are currently at, we're just below 37. So if you entered into a 45 today, and looking at the delta, that's 20 cents per dollar. So if we ran up $3, that's instantly turning these into 130. And if you're running, a 25-30% stop loss, a run up in one day up into the 41 range will automatically trigger those. And that's when a stop loss can hurt you on any kind of fast run. That's why if you're, with me looking to get into those, that's why I try to wait until the stock is closer to the 40-41 range, because then at that point, any huge runs we get can be soaked up by price action. Hey, Danelle is in chat. Oh, let me move this over just a bit. It was actually covering up part of the chat there. But not much excitement right now. We are on the call side of the house. Those are 11 days out. But let's go ahead and look and see how the market closed out the day. So almost 8,800 at the 50 mark, dropped down 45. We're going to mainly check the fives here. We're 72.63. At the 40, we're dropping down under 4,200. And this is the real key. So if you look, it's almost like everyone's waiting for it to go up. Right at that $5 mark, that key psychological level, we're just under 2,300 open contracts. But if you look on the other side, there's almost nothing there. I mean, you got to combine most of these up to even hit if adding up from the 36 all the way downward, even if you added up all of them, they don't equal the 35. Even with the 37 in at 1,800. So looking at the options market, the option market, it's looking to forecast an upward move towards the end of the week also. And if you look, talking about the run-ups to 41.42, okay, well, 2,400 here. Well, we get up 4,200. That's a pretty good division right there. And between both these, we're talking, over 8,000 contracts just on these two strikes alone. So the market does look like this Friday it's leaning towards a little bit of a run-up. And I'll be watching for that run-up because that's where you enter that covered call zone. And the great thing is, if we do get that run-up on the covered call, we go to the bull put side of the house. Those 34.35s, we're on calls, not puts. Those 34.35s at 28, if we start to run up, for every dollar we move, those are going to drop, $9 in value. Add in theta, that's $11 per value, and that's, this is per day, this is per dollar. So a run up to, if we ran up to 41, it would immediately drop these down to $1 contracts. And that's what you like to see, is when you get in at a good entry point on a spread like this, and you know where your levels of support are. The power of your nickname at wrestler. So when you've got good support lines and you undercut them, and to see the stock turn and run away, run away from where your spreads are, this number can drop out so fast, and that is where you just sit back and wait for not only Friday to know that your contracts are good, but the following Monday when your collateral gets released, because you can do it all over again.
Hey there.
Now I kind of want to take a look, because I don't really go over to GME much, so I kind of want to have a look at some of their option chains. So I know there are people who are in both GMC and GME and AMC. So I kind of want to have a look here on the. We're going to look at the calls and see if there are any key levels. So closed out. Is that the closeout, or give me a second here? So we closed out a little bit above 203 for the day. So going back in, let's look at the singles on calls. Yeah, if you see the option chain for GME, there is not much there. And I think a lot of that does come down to the fact that, especially if you're dealing in the covered calls. Oh, wait. Pringleton, Leia J is now one of us. Oh. When you look at the option chain for GME, you just see no interest at all. Now, granted, because of the higher price, you do see higher premiums that have to be paid out. So I always wondered about starting to running option positions to start picking up shares of GameStop. Get enough money over and start dedicating some of it to getting shares of GameStop, because if you get up to the covered calls, these are some pretty. Oh, properly welcome. If you look, these are some pretty good premiums right here, and to look and see that you just need to. You're looking at a $20 run to get up to where your contract is, and you're collecting over $200 worth of premium. Now the trade-off is, for every share of GME, you can have, what would that end up being? You can have 8 shares roughly of AMC, so you can get to that 100 share mark a lot faster. But you could use GME to feed your AMC. by coming in, we are on vertical, so we're going to look at the vertical puts here. So if we look at this, it is a little bit over 200, so I would be... That is rather dangerous. So let's look 10% under what the current share price is, which would put us right about the 80 range. So here you would only end up getting $22 per contract, and looking over, you would have to put up $250 worth of collateral per contract. Now, of course, GME is still a perfect candidate for the short squeeze, but from an option standpoint, you would make so much more money, both playing covered calls, which is easier to get 100 shares on, and playing bull puts, which it's only $100 collateral as opposed to $250. So who all do we have in chat? Looks like we got 4 or 5 people in here. Trapper, Wrestler, Pringleton, Danelle. Looks like Marine Corps Brat was in for a bit. Yeah, from what I've seen, the run-up on GME, with where the price is currently at on GME, I think the fact that the price has been running up in that range and hasn't come down supports that if... Oh, Simon just coming in to say hello. Hello, Simon. Welcome to the aftermarket stream. The After Calabro Aftermarket After Party. Pringleton catching little bits, but ooh, 2230. Yeah, that's when wrench for Pringle. Yeah, Simon, I'm looking to hand out another wrench. I'm trying to get the channel up to 100 subscribers and looking to give that wrench out, and I know there are several good candidates that I know are absolutely phenomenal mods. So if we can get the subscriber count up there, I'll definitely be giving out wrenches. But looking at the bull puts, if this holds through till Wednesday, if it holds in the, I would say 25 to 30 range, that would be a good entry point, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but it certainly could be a good entry point. When we'll even duck back on the 5 minute. Looking back on the 5 minute, with those double touches, we had that gap down run up, and we had that push down this morning. Greetings from Zimbabwe. What I like is going into close. What time did we have about here? Right about 1440, we started on this nice upward run. And for most part, it looked like we weren't catching really any resistance right there. Oh, Northern Ireland. Okay. So how many people like having the background music? I often wonder if Simon is a spy. Because he's always in all these far off exotic lands. I wonder if he's 008 or 0011. 11. Pringleton, I like the chilled stuff, chilled vibe in the background with the music. Simon is 00 behave. That's a good one. So did anyone have anything they wanted to look at on here? Because, hey, DD214, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the after party. No, just going through real fast. Danelle likes the background. Yeah, I just think it adds a vibe to the channel, you know. Simon Prings acknowledge my humor, unlike any other pump smots. Yeah, for the most part, wrestler, I never have a problem with any of your humor on there. I can't remember ever deleting your comments or anything like that. I mean, would you look at that last candle? Wow. That's a pretty decent candle. 131,000 volume in after hours. Those are nice little pushes. I wonder if by the full close of the market, we might see a walk up. Might see a walk up to 37. It is not outside the realm of possibility. Now I'm wondering, what am I looking at here? That'll make sense. I think I got some rogue lines on here. Lines I don't remember putting. So what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and throw, I don't know where my, okay, there we go. My lines are back now. See, Simon is a spy. I knew it. So yeah, today looks like it was pretty much a 50-50 split on what was red and what was green in the market. It was in Gibraltar. So does anyone have specific things they want to look at, or we're just going to kind of have a nice chill vibe going on? Don't spam the chat. Too lazy to type it all out and also looking for the cool look. It's cool to have a nice little, to see nice little chat and bantering going on back and forth. Okay, I was checking a couple other little things out here. Practicing for when the channel explodes. Which chart? The chart that's up right now, or the one that I had up before this, Pringleton? I'll stay on this chart till I see a response. Oh, always too small to see on the phone. Cause the chart we're on right now is AMC. Wrestler, yeah. Oh, just before, yeah, let me jump back over. That was actually ExxonMobil. Ticker XOM. Yeah, so this is ExxonMobil. I was just kind of having a peek at it. Huge dip there at the end. I mean, it looks like a downward push on them. Yeah, but that's ExxonMobil. Back over to AMC. AMC, we're actually not seeing a fall off. I know that's okay, you just thought it was AMC going. Yeah. Yeah, AMC has caught quite a bit of support at the end of the day. Members only, Frank, members only. Mods, we need backup. Mayday. Yeah. I know the chat's just flying so fast I can't keep up with anything. I'm actually waiting to see if people pop in with questions and had any specific stocks y'all wanted to look at, because I can sit here just just go over all the stuff I'm looking at, but this channel, it's for the community, not just for me. So if anyone had anything they wanted to look at. I did want to see the past two streams, I was also looking at Peloton, which is funny that. Now here's something rather interesting. So during Claybo stream, talking about yes, it does need to get up into the 50s, and the options chain is actually looking for the 50s. But those 55s are still, on the weeklies, the 55s are still the place to be. That's where that's where the most options are for like the past 2 months now. It seems like the 50s is what everybody wants. But we're talking during Claybo stream about people looking for like I don't know if anyone actually mentioned Peloton, but things like Peloton, Nordic Track, they've got all the different workout machines right now, and we actually started looking at Peloton during the Aftermarket Friday stream. And the main reason that I was looking at this was that huge gap down that hit, and I want to do some research to I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened there. But after that huge gap down, seeing a whole bunch of downward pressure, and I'm waiting for buyers to step in and start moving the stock back up again. Whether it's like they've got that workout mirror, they've got Nordic Track has all sorts of different things, Peloton, the Total Home Gym that Chuck Norris does, looking towards things like that going into the holidays, because people do like to get those as gifts, and the holiday season, some of your big ticket items, that's when you see more sales on them. But I wonder, with all this downward pressure they've been getting hit with lately, again, these would be $100 collateral contracts. So unfortunately, there is not enough data to support. I would want to see how this trend plays out. Well, thank you very much, Danelle. I hope the channel grows too, and everyone in the community, if we can get some word of mouth out there and get more support behind the channel, it's going to grow in time, and I just have to be patient and keep putting out this content, and I know it'll grow. But don't worry about having to leave early. It's nice to have you stop by. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. But yeah, Peloton, it's not bad pricing, because if you look, this is third strike underneath where the current strike price is. So having that nice little buffer and getting $28 per contract, that's not bad. But because we don't know where the stock is going exactly, go out on the 30-minute, and looks like during this run, since they gapped down, we are seeing 31.13 as the bottom end. This is the time to test things and make mistakes and learn, sure. Yeah, and Pringleton, when you're first getting into, anytime you're trying something new with options, it's best to enter in a small position, to take one single contract. Try that out, see how it goes, and if it goes good, then you do it again. Do it when it's comfortable for you, and that'll, you'll start to learn where your risk tolerances are. I like small channels. Just remember, Matt's channel used to be like this back in the day. In fact, he never went live before AMC ran up on January. Yeah, I certainly would like, it all goes down to your definition of what a small channel is. you know, having a good subscriber count, good and everything. And in the daily chat, during the live streams, it certainly looks like, Playbro having 100 or 200 people in there, it looks fairly manageable, and I hope to get to the point where I've got those kind of numbers during the stream, because I know having all those questions fielded would certainly make the stream go by quickly. In the channel, try music, try backgrounds, try locations, etc. Well, it's just us who'll be cool with it. Yeah, unfortunately though, unless I'm doing it directly off of my cell phone out and about, I'm kind of limited because I am running off of a desktop computer and a fairly large monitor. So for me, the only other way I could go mobile would be on my cell phone itself, and then I'd be limited as far as bringing up charts and graphs and stuff. I wouldn't be able to do all that. So I think that would actually take away, unless I got some kind of blue screen to throw up behind me. And yes, I've been making quite a few mistakes on the channel. Been having issues with trying to get the scheduling, and when I get the schedule set up and then launching the channel, it doesn't want to launch the live stream. So a lot of times I got to close everything out and then relaunch it from scratch without the scheduling behind it. Matt is sensitive crybaby. I don't know. There are times on Matt's channel I think it's absolutely hilarious when there are times I think he forgets what's going on, because someone will say or do something in there, and just like, you don't go to people's channels and do stuff like that. So it looks like we got 4 in the chat right now. I'm guessing Wrestler Simon Pringleton. Who else might we have in here? I'm just going to bounce around on a couple different positions. Oh my god. Is Trapper... Trapper was going... I thought he said he was going out to get his hair done. Now, of course, I always say that, if you field a question to me, I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. Maybe, I haven't been on Matt's channel in a while, but I wonder sometimes if people ask him questions and he doesn't want to answer until he's actually had time to do his research on it. Oh yeah, 214 is here, of course, yeah. Like Map it never knows. Someone will ask him a question, he doesn't give them a straight answer. Yeah, that's Yeah, I'd never talk bad about. I can only say, I wouldn't talk bad about another YouTuber. I can only say, for myself, I'll try and give you the best answer I can, and I do not have a problem. I do not have a problem with saying I don't know. If it's something that I'm unsure of or I don't know, I'm not gonna give garbage answers out. Man, to ban me, I send charts, super chats, but never get delivered. He banned me for no reason. I've been a member of his since April. Cancel membership. Yeah, that's not a good way to go about. I don't think that's a good way to handle a channel. Certainly, if I had people who actively joined, people who were actually, members of the channel and not just subscribed. But yeah, having members in there, that's, how can you not want to help people who are supporting your channel like that? Let's see. I gotta grab a piece of paper here real quick. Ooh. I need a new one. Roche, greater than Matt. Yeah, that would be the mods that would be doing that. Trying to get a couple things here real fast. Yeah, wrestler. I'm not sure who that is. Now I did have I actually yeah. Yeah, he doesn't like the big fruit or big vegetables. Let's see. Looking for specific ones in here. Oh, there was the split. Well, that went weird all of a sudden. Oh, they're a solid YouTuber? Ah, that's what I was looking for right there. I can't wait for Matt to come in here so you can time him out. That's epic. Yeah, you actually seem pretty excited about that. God, that just jumped so wildly. So Simon, you said you're just in Prague and AMC right now? No other positions going on? Oh, how many we still got in the chat here? Oh wow, we still got 4 hanging out? No, Pringleton, I do not have GME. When I was reading up on the meme stocks, when I first got into them, I was looking and... Well, what's AMC product suites? I'll find money for other plays. When I was looking at the two, I was looking just strictly, I was checking share prices, and at that point, I had already been playing around with options, so I knew the ability to get 100 shares and start running covered calls. Now, granted, if you put $1,000 in AMC and $1,000 in GME, 20% gains is 20% gains. Doesn't matter what the share price is. But when you're looking to get into options, especially dealing with covered calls, it's easier to buy 100 shares at $40 a share than it is to buy 100 shares at $220 a share. So for me, when it came down to it, it was just the fact that AMC had better volume, lower share price. It gave me the faster potential to get into doing covered calls to make it where my portfolio would start generating its own money. Eyes. Which one? Let me have a look at that. Second Sight Med, is this the one you're talking about, 214? Yeah, DD14, if this is what you're talking about, it really does depend on when you got in, but it's just all kinds of downward pressure. Yeah, when it comes to just straight up shares, Pringleton, it really does come down to the percentage of movement. Well, that's the key thing is, it doesn't matter what your share price is, but a 20% gain is going to beat a 10% gain no matter what. It doesn't matter what the share price is, and that's what fractional shares have really done for the community. DD214, am I on the correct stock here? Second Sight Med. Yeah, depending upon where you got in at, this is current share price $2.05. Probably gonna have to go on the daily for this. Ooh, oh my god. That ran up to 20. So was this a short squeeze play as well? Because For the longest time, doing absolutely nothing for the most part. Run up, pop, push down. Trading for the most part might as well be sideways on this graph. Huge volatility, all kinds of crazy. That, what was it at beforehand? Yeah, it was still under 250 throughout all of there. You bought in March. Hopefully you're talking low March. Did you buy before or after that huge run up? Yeah, because if you bought after that run up, has anyone been able to check any Ortex data to see? Because we see price movement like that. I almost wonder, was this a shorted stock as well? And was that in fact was that short positions being covered? Because after that, you see it just getting stepped down. A little bit of pressure came in, a little bit of buying pressure came back, and more step down. And it's been getting stepped down the whole way. March 25th. Yeah, so that's your candle right there. Yeah, that's now you're just holding shares on that. I want to get in here. Whoa. Okay, there we go. So, oh wait, oh. Let me get myself in order here real fast. Yeah, so if you got in back in March, which means you were in so you basically got in at the 8 to 9 range on the 25th. You said your first was on the 18th. Oh, only down $100. So you pay. So your share count, you're probably about 5 to 10. Yeah, so not financial advice or anything, but yeah, looks like you might be holding a small bag right there. Average is now 1365. So question is, are you holding at least 100 shares of that stock? That's bad when they're yeah. Looking at the option chain, it's not even built out that well. Not built out that well. There's not much open interest. So DD14, do you have at least 100 shares on there? Because in the long term, you might be able to make a little bit back, but putting all you can into AMC, yeah. So this is 100% not financial advice, but you say you're down $100 as of right now. If I had a position that I was down that small, you don't have 100. No, not financial advice, but one thing you could do, if you're looking to just focus on AMC, if you do not foresee anything happening with that position, and looking at how it just got stepped down, if you were able to get $100 from them, you could start, pick a little bit farther away from the money, and you could slowly roll like one contract at a time on a bull put, and slowly you would make that money back. That's a lot of it comes down to risk management and capital preservation. So if it was worth $100 to dump, if I had a position like that and I just wanted to get out of it and see what I could do to make money back, I'd maybe look towards something like a bull put where that money would just be collateral and you could use it to collect premium. Just generate a little bit of income for your account. That's pretty much all it would be at that point.
Everyone, this is Sandro. I hope you enjoy using my tracks. If you like what you hear, go premium today, and I promise to make lots more tracks just for you.
Just kinda. Oh, I was tired of ads. Go to premium. That's what that was. I heard some talking in the background. Yeah, so DD214, that'd be one of the things you could do to, if you didn't want to hold that position anymore. Yes, I remember we talked about the percentages when it comes to profit and making sense. Yeah, but 214, that's part of what, of course not giving financial advice, but at least giving people. It's funny because you're using options, but to give members of the community options they can use, or ways that they could maybe recoup some losses or whatnot. But yeah, that's totally something you have the ability to do. That's the same thing with when I do exit these prog positions that I have right now. I know I'm gonna most likely end up taking a loss on them, so I'm already looking at different places where I can put that money to work for me and start recovering those losses. One of the cool things is though, so when we get downward pushes like this, and I can get feisty with covered calls and bull puts, And then when the AMC price goes back up to normal levels, and I look at my P&L, and I'm like, oh my God, where did all that money come from? Realizing those shares just started making more and more money, and now is just such a good time looking at share prices, such a good time to be buying dips up. Yeah, I can keep buying more down in this nice low range. Because every time you hit another 100 shares, that opens the potential to open up another covered call. So did anyone else have any more things they wanted to know about here? You just want to look me over some cryptos real quick. Ooh. Yeah, whether you have 1x AMC or 0.2x GME, it's the same if they double. Yeah. Yeah, it just comes down to, if your total investment is the same amount of money and they both double, they'll both be the same. Yeah, so I think unless anyone had some final questions, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the stream up for the night. Of course, I want to thank everyone for coming by and spending a bit of time after market close and after Claybro streams. I know the streams are running all day. Can be a lot. That's why I tend to bounce around when I'm listening. I'll bounce from streamer to streamer, and that's why I like having the nice little breakup where Clay then me, then Clay, then me again. So it kind of gives people a chance to move around and hear different things and not get burned out on one channel. And yeah, Pringleton's got to go as well. Triple eggplant from Wrestler. But I look forward to doing this again tomorrow. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. And looks like, wrapping it up, we had Wrestler, Pringleton, Simon, DD214, and that is such an awesome group of people to have in chat. And so, if everyone can like, subscribe. If you know anyone who might be interested in the channel, get the word out there. Like I said, I'm trying to get the subscriber count up there. Just higher subscriber count will help with the YouTube algorithms, as long as in addition to hitting the like button, and they like all those interactions. And so I hope great, now I have to focus on work. I'm sorry you have to focus on work now. Yeah, Simon, I've tried setting a lot of those up, but it gives me so much grief when I'm trying to launch. I don't know if it's something in my settings, but yeah, I have trouble getting those tags to go. I have trouble renaming videos. I'll launch a live stream, and Pringleton even saw the chat pop up, but for some reason when I went to go live, it didn't carry over. It didn't. The stream didn't actually launch, so I had to shut everything down and do it again, and wasn't able to get tags on there. But yeah, I'm trying to get AMC, GME, Sheeb, Prague. I'm trying to get all those tags in there. Just put Sheeb logo, and then the mods can practice kicking people out. Yeah. But I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Hope everyone has some good dinner, get some good sleep, and we will see y'all again tomorrow. And thank you for coming by.